You obviously pro-life. A woman's choice is your right.
This is reflective of the annoying tendency of using big words that have big meanings in simplistic and euphemistic ways. Choice has always been this ridiculous euphemism that only just means abortion. That's all we say pro-choice, and we don't, I think, step back and think about there are a gazillion and one things in life that we have choices about or the ability to choose for. But somehow a whole political movement, a whole social movement was able to just take the word choice and adopt it to themselves. Even the language of rights, what is it? It's you're making a choice into your right. Well, the definition of what is a right and how rights seem to come about, I've seen this before where people will just sort of blindly repeat, well, it's a woman's right, without understanding, like, well, we're debating whether or not abortion is a good thing. We're debating whether or not it's a right. Just repeating that it's a right doesn't actually answer the question.
I feel like abortion is important and you don't like, you're treating it like birth control.
I think he is sort of capturing the bewilderment that a lot of pro-lifers have towards the pro-abortion left, or towards a lot of people who say they're pro-abortion, that you're treating it like birth control. Because the reasons that are so often used for why people have abortions are the sorts of reasons you would think of for birth control. Oh, I'm not really ready for a baby yet. Well, I'm not in a financially stable enough position. And those reasons, it's not to say those reasons aren't serious and we shouldn't help people. But I think that is a real sense of bewilderment that pro-lifers have towards the other side.
Treating them like your wife. I said that all lives matter, and I also meant unborn.
Yeah, if you actually believe in abortion as a principle of justice, then of course it shouldn't just be something that's restricted to only women are allowed to have opinions on it. If it's a principle of justice, if it's a question of our politics, what our laws are going to be, public funding is going to go towards, then every citizen has to be concerned about it, and males are also allowed to have an opinion on it. If we're asked to vote for it, if we're asked to be concerned with it, if we're asked, is this a principle of justice that's violating someone who is my fellow man? If the unborn is in the category of someone who's part of the human family, I should care for his justice, his or her justice, whether I'm a man or a woman. There we go. I think it's a fairly apt description of the tenor of how our abortion debates and other political debates are happening. And unfortunately, and that's the frustrating thing that I think why a lot of pro-life arguments can't get through sometimes is because so much of it is dominated by slogans. And you got to kind of cut through the slogans in order to get to the truth of the matter. So there you go.